Hello and welcome to another video by Day Night Gaming. Now today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than our usual Star Wars programming. Today I'm going to be talking about gearing up a fresh level 70, and primarily I'm going to be talking about Bolster. Now Bolster will increase your stats to bring your character up to a reasonable gear rating for story mode operations as well as war zones. So as you can see here, my current item rating is 233, and it'll boost me up to approximately 252. So that's pretty much allows everybody to be viable in story mode ops as well as war zones. Now I purchased this gear using the command tokens. When you hit level 70, your experience bar changes to command experience, and every time you get a level, you would get a crate. You open that up, and you can get command tokens as well as you have a chance to get gear, and companion gifts, and whatnot. But the most important thing is looking for the 230 gear as well as the command tokens. Now on Fleet, there is a vendor that sells this stuff, and I'll go there later and show you where that's at. But here we go. Now don't look at these the armor skills. They're for a different class that I just geared up. I just wanted to put it on this character so I can show you the difference between the different gears. The stats should be the same though. Now as you can see here, I have accuracy 103, and if I wanted to do war zones, I want to get it up to 105. For critical, as you can see here, I currently have 1982 as my critical rating. And for my critical multiplier, once again, my critical rating is still at 1982. Let's see. My alacrity is 609. And we need that to go up to 702 to get that first tier upgrade on alacrity. And let's see, let's take a look at our other stats. Our bonus damage is 2231. Our primary is 3502. Our mastery right here is 6683. Our HP is at what is that, I don't know, 114,000 I think. Yeah, okay. So with all those stats in mind, now I'm going to hit Bolster, and we're going to see these stats go up. So now I have the Bolster buff, and that's imitating as if I would be in an operation, a story mode operation or a war zone. As you can see here, my accuracy went to 105, so that's the threshold that this particular character wants to have in war zones. Now this accuracy number may not be needed if you're playing like a sorcerer or something, or a healer. They don't need accuracy, but this very specific marauder build that I'm using, I require 105. Now, as you can see here, my critical went up to 2322, so I got 46% basically, and my multiplier, once again, critical rating 2322. My bonus damage went up to 2714. And now, yeah, my primary went up to almost 4,000 pretty much. Now, very important stat right here, alacrity, 777. So here we're above the 703 that's needed, so we're perfect. We have a little too much, but we can't really get rid of any of that. Now let me show you real quick how I geared up. So pretty much everything is stock with the exception of the gloves. I took out the accuracy enhancement, and then I bought a healer gloves, and I took the power and critical rating enhancement from the healer gloves and put them into this specific glove. So I was able to cut it down, because if you don't remove that accuracy enhancement from there, this will be 108%. Now if we look here, pretty much all the way down on this right side, the head, body, glove, legs, and boots, I put in mastery augments, 228 rating. Down on the left side, from the ear, the 2 implants, and the 2, what are those, relics they're called? I put 228 critical rating augments. And in the wrist and the belt, I put in 228 alacrity enhancements. Now, for the weapons, like I said earlier, I have 252s. These come from OSIS. I'm going to explain how to get those later. And in my augment slot, I put the 240s because I'm going to be keeping these weapons for a long time, even after I'm done bolstering up. So I put in the 240 augments, and here I'm using mastery augments, but that's because of my later build. I'll show you that later. Anyways, now here, as you can see, the reason why I have mastery augments in these areas right here is because for my critical rating, I've gone above 2000. After 2000 critical rating, there starts to be really sharp, what do they call it? DR, diminishing returns. So once you get past 2300, it starts to get really steep. So I didn't want to go too much above 2300. So as you can see there, that's after the bolster puts you right above 2300, which is a great spot to be in. And the rest, I wanted mastery. As you can see here, my mastery improves my critical chance by another almost 13%, which is really great. So adding more mastery here helps crit a little bit more, or the chance, crit more chance. Now, mastery does not help the multiplier, which is why you primarily want to hit that 2300 area with pure crit first before you start dipping into mastery. And some people, they say to not go past 2000. That's personal preference. Whatever you want to do is fine. Okay. Now, like I said, if you wanted to hit that 105 accuracy, all you need is 1 enhancement in the boot. That's it. And it'll get you there. So if you wanted to hit 110, I recommend keeping the enhancement in the gloves. And I recommend buying the accuracy earpiece. That'll get you to 110. Anyways, so here we go. Now we have these stats in mind. I'm going to show you now. Okay, I'm going to gear up toward what I'm currently geared up on my Marauder, and it is not optimized. So, but let me put that on real quick, and I'll let you see what I'm looking at. And the reason why I'm talking about Bolster will become apparent right now. So let me gear up. Let me remove Bolster. So I'm equipping this stuff. Now the way you gear up for 252 and 258 is you gotta go. First you have to be level 70. Then you gotta travel to Osis. You have to finish the Jedi Under Siege prelude story. After that, then you unlock the Osis daily missions and weekly missions. Okay. Now, after that, whenever you complete all your dailies for the day, once a week, there's a weekly that's like complete 10 dailies. When that happens, you're going to get, what is it? You're going to get to choose from like 3 different loot boxes, basically, which will randomize what 252 gear you'll get. So you don't exactly know what you're gonna get. And as you can see here, I have like multiple basically of the same gears that just keep dropping because it's random, it's RNG. But also at the same time, there's also a weekly quest to pick up Masterwork data crystals. So there's 2 ways to get it that way. And then there's another way where you can trade in unassembled components to get another data crystal that way. And then from there you can buy 252 gear outright for 2 Masterwork data crystals, or you can upgrade a 252 into a 258, and it generally costs about 3 to 4 depending on what piece it is. Now you're going to need to do these dailies anyway because you need to hit legend rank in order to get the certain gears. Like I believe Relic required legend, and I think also, oh yeah, so Relic requires legend. Some of these other ones require champion, so you need to get your reputation up pretty high. Now, looking at my current setup right here, as you can see, I have accuracy 110%. And the reason for that is, now if I open these up real quick, as you can see here, these 258 and the 252 enhancements, if I pull it out, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat this cost so you can see what I'm talking about. See right here, if you look at this gear, it says Superior Initiative Enhancement 56 bound to feet. So right here, I can't pull this out and swap it easily with other, like I can't buy an extra pants and be like, oh, I'm going to take that enhancement out for power critical. I'm just stuck with having an accuracy enhancement for this boot until I level up a healer class and get a 258 boot that way, and then take their critical enhancement out. But then again, once again, I'm taking their critical enhancement, so I got to get a critical enhancement for them as well. So the grind it's real. So it's taken me about 2 months to get where I'm at right now. And a lot of it's because I'm getting unlucky when I get my gear. But as you can see, my 258 gear, I have a boot, a leg, I have an earpiece, which is an accuracy earpiece, which I didn't want, but like I said, it's RNG. Whatever it randomly gives you is what you get. And I have one package, and I have one relic. Now the rest I have 252. Now before I get all the okay, here's the kicker. Here's the thing that a lot of people are having a problem with. These set bonuses here do not link up with the older set bonuses. And what I mean by that is, if I was to have, let's see if I have one. Okay, I do. Okay, so I'm gonna take this out, equip this, right? This is an old 230 head that I have from my Marauder. As you can see here, it only highlights this piece because the 252 and the 258, even though there's the same set bonus, they don't link up. So until you get 6 pieces of 252 or greater, you don't want to equip any of this armor, right? So you just kind of collect it and leave it in your bank or whatever until you get 6 pieces to complete your set bonus. So that's where this 230 gear comes into play. You want to be able to keep your whole set bonus while you're playing, because your set bonus is very important. Okay, let me put this enhancement back in the foot. Okay, so anyways, so I'm going to go over my stats right here real quick. Now, here I have an item rating of 253, and that's with, like I said, mostly 252 gear with some 258, and in every slot I have a 240 augment all the way down. Okay, so here we go. So all adds up currently to 253. Now let's look at my stats right here. I have 110 accuracy, which is not what I want for PvP. It works for PvE, which is fine, but if I'm going into a PvP war zone, I kind of wish I had that lower. And it's very hard to optimize your gear. It could probably take 4 months in order to fully optimize. I guess it could be earlier if you're really lucky. So yeah, 110 accuracy right here. Critical, I have at 44.96, and as you can see, my critical rating right here is 1981. My critical multiplier also, it's 81.96%. Once again, it's at 1981. And I could raise that up if I remove these mastery augments, switch them into critical augments. But yeah, because there are certain pieces that I know once I upgrade them, like this should be oh wait, no, not that one. Where is it? Sorry, give me a second. So yeah, right here, this is a 236 relic. I'm hoping to get that up to a 258 eventually, right? So my critical rating will go up on that, and then my critical rating should go up on, let's see, the body once I get that up, because those will turn to 258s. And eventually I want to be cutting this accuracy out right over here. This right here definitely should be a critical ear. But the fact that it's an accuracy ear, it's, yeah. So my critical in the end should be at 2300 with all these mastery augments on this side. So I did that for future proofing my set, because I don't want to be buying 240s that I'm not going to be using, or 240 augments, right? So here I'm going to hit the bolster, because bolster will still affect your stats. As you can see, that they still go up. Even though I'm at 253, bolster will still help, even if it's just a little bit. So yeah, see, as you can see here, now my critical rating is 1994, right? So yeah, my bonus damage here is 2822. My primary is 4092. As you can see here, my alacrity is 708. So I'm right above 703, so it's perfect. Yeah, this is really the thing that bugs me the most, is the accuracy. But so yeah, as you can see here, the stats aren't much different from using 230 gear with cheap augments. So you can easily gear up a level 70 for warzones just by getting 230 gear, and you know, you're not really going to see much of a difference. So I'm going to put the stats up later so you can compare side by side. But yeah, as you know, hopefully this video helped you out. Once again, I'm going to go through, I'm going to re-equip everything and discuss where I'm going at with all this. So let me equip those. Bam. Okay. Whoops. One more. All right. Now I'm going to show you where I picked these up. So I'm going to go to, oh, what am I doing? Face editor, enable that. All right, quick travel to, okay, so I'm going to go back to fleet, and I'm going to show you the vendor so you know where to gear that up. Then I'm going to go to OSIS and show you where to get that stuff too. So we go quick traveling, get my speeder. Now we're going to go to the supply section. Whoa, my vendors are missing. Anyways, that's in the supply section, so we'll go up there right now. Okay, so as you can see here, there's like 5 little rooms, and you're gonna want to go into this room right here, this I guess 4th from the left. Here we go, and here we go. So right now I'm gonna you want to look at the tier 1 equipment in this room. For my character, it's Marauder, so going to the tier 1 warrior equipment. And here you can set your tab. Right now it's set to Fury, because that's the class of the spec that I'm playing. And here's where you would buy them, and they just cost command tokens. I do not recommend buying anything else from these vendors. I don't recommend buying this upper end gear like this tier 4 unassembled token stuff. I don't know. I wouldn't waste my time with it. I'll just buy the tier 1. Here you go. Command tokens, they come real quick and easy. Just by leveling after you hit 70. Okay, you just buy one of everyone. They all have set bonus, and they all bolster really well. Now let me show you real quick. Remember, I told you that I swapped out the enhancement from this glove. So let's look at this warrior glove first. So here, as you can see here, this glove, the 230 glove for Marauder, has the accuracy enhancement. That's what I don't want, but I still bought it because I want the set bonus and all that stuff. So I grabbed that. And then I went to agent, tier 1 equipment, right? Set this to all, show all. And then I bought the field medic's glove. As you can see here, the enhancement is, it's power and critical. So this is the enhancement. So I can show you how to get 258s, and then after that, yeah, travel those real quick. So this is for Imperial side. The map is different for Republic, but the way you get gear is the same way. So here we go. Jumping into Osis right now. Right. Remember, you have to finish the Jedi Under Siege story first, which takes about, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. Now, when you get there, there's this mission board right here. Pick up all these quests. Now, I've done the weekly already, so you can't see it, but this is where you pick up the quest. Then you got to pick up another quest here. This droid has a quest. And you teleport around all these other places. You pick up all the other quests before you start working on them, because there's a couple more that's scattered across there. After that, you go downstairs. Okay. And there's another quest. This is very important, and there's also another weekly. You go this way. You go up to this second level on the bottom level. And there's a courier droid right here. Limited time courier droid. And so he has a random quest, or he has a quest every week that changes every week. And that is one way to get one of the Masterwork data crystals. Another way is there's a weekly that you have to kill 2 world bosses, which is really easy. If I open up my chat right here, see, you have to fight the heavy tank droid R8X8 and kill the Swarm Lord. People are always spamming this, so it's very easy to get into a group. You would just type, say if you're DPS X DPS looking for group world boss or something, just say it in general chat and they'll pick you up. It might take you about 10 minutes to get the group, but it's easy. As long as there's 230 gear or higher, they'll pretty much take you. It's not a problem. And the fights are pretty easy as well. Okay, so that's 2 data work crystals so far that way. And then let's go back up to the top. Now this part, it took me a little while to find this out, but here I'm going to show you right now. There's something called what is it, Mysterious Smuggler or something. So here we go. I shouldn't have gone back up. I should have stayed downstairs. So anyways, sorry, but yeah, okay, going down. Okay, when you go downstairs, right when you go down, so here's the Mysterious Smuggler, and he can trade in unassembled components. Now the first time you do it every week per character is 500. The second time it goes up to 1,000. I wouldn't bother unless you're a long-time player and you have a lot of unassembled components saved up. I would just wait the week for it to drop in price. Now, once again, like I said, I'm a new player. I'm also very casual, so it takes me a week to get 500 or 700 unassembled components. So I always buy the cheap version, then I wait till the next week. All right, so like I said, I'll wait for the next week because I already purchased it for this week. Now for where you buy the 252s. Okay, so you go into this room right here. So here we go. The Lord Forel, the equipment vendor, he sells 252s for 2 data crystals each. Okay, and then over here you can upgrade those pieces with so here let's say I have this experimental Ocean Weapon Master's boot. Sorry, that's a tongue twister. Okay, so if I have the shell, it could be filled with the gear, or you can rip out the armoring plates and whatnot. That's what I did. I ripped them out and put them into legacy gear. But okay, so if you get that, I could then buy this Masterwork boot, which is the 258, if I had 3 Masterwork crystals. So I only have 2 currently, so that's why it's lit. It's not lit right now. But if I had 3, since I have the boot in my inventory of the 252, I can just click it and buy it, and that's how you upgrade. And then that would get you into the 258. Whoa, whoops. I have to switch that. So yeah, that's how you buy the gear. Now there's another weekly quest that you can get. I don't have it currently. I already did it. But yeah, it'll that's the one where it has an RNG chance on what you could get, and that's how I've gotten all my 252s that way. I haven't ever spent the 2 data work crystals to buy them from Lord Foral. I don't recommend that if you have time to spare, because you can use 250 or 230s, right, just as well as the 252. So I didn't buy from Lord Foral. I just RNG'd through the quest. And you'll see it once you start doing your dailies on Osis. You'll see that quest pop up. And then that's pretty much how I did. I got my 252s, and then I spent all my masterwork data crystals on upgrading them. And like I said, that's the one problem is, you know, I might at this point start buying, because I don't like this accuracy on this ear. And I've been getting unlucky with my augments. But yeah, there you go. Hope this video helped. Sorry, this video went a lot longer than I was expecting it to. But, you know, if it helped, you know, I recommend coming to Osis, getting your gear slowly, and then just sticking with 230s while you're waiting that 2 month. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna ramble a little bit more. So yeah, you can do this once a week to get your random 252, right? The first time you complete your weeklies on Osis, you get the choice of a weapon and offhand. So you don't have to risk randoming out the wrong weapon. So you'll get a weapon right out of the gate, and then the rest is all random, right? So if you're extremely lucky, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 weeks. Takes a long time to get the side stuff, right? So what I did is I have a Marauder and I have a Sentinel, a Jedi Sentinel, and they're both running these weeklies, right? And that's why I have this gear put in the legacy gear. So my one set between the 2 characters can be shared. The only problem is these side peripherals that can't be legacied. So ear, relic, and implant. These can't be shared. So these were my priority at first, upgrading to 258. So yeah, it's going to take you a long time. It's going to take you probably 2 months to fully gear up to 258 if you're running 2 characters or more. So yeah, I'm not going to lie, I'm not very happy with the way they have acquisition of gear for 252 and 258, but I am happy that they made Bolster strong enough to allow new players to compete, which is really good. Anyways, if you like that video, you know, if this video helped you in any way, please consider hitting that thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. It will really help me out. And thank you so much for watching the video. Until next time, take care. Goodbye.